What up, party people? I am your handsome host. I'm also a licensed private investigator out of the state of California. Since I have a shit ton of time on my hands with this whole COVID-19 situation and got a couple babies at home and all this damn camera equipment, what else do you do, right? Shoot some videos. So with that said, I'd like to go ahead and do a little video on the keychain camera. You know, it's probably a lot of investigators' favorite tool in their bag of tricks, and I've used them personally for years. I've actually always used Lawmate, but I got to be honest with you. Every time I shop for Lawmate and I'm on Amazon and I'm running across these Chinese products that are virtually identical, I thought I'd go ahead and do a little side-by-side comparison. So let's go ahead and do a little open boxing, right? I got both cameras, my Lawmate and my HD Wi-Fi bad boy knockoff. Whoop. So here they are. You'll notice the Lawmate comes in a nicer box. You know, who gives a crap about any of that? The instructions comes in a nice little cellophane wrapping. Let's go ahead and check that out. Again, I've always ordered the Lawmate. I've always enjoyed their products. You know, their PV500s and whatnot. Comes with a little micro SD card, little 32 gig. That's great. Some instructions. That's great. It looks and feels good. I mean, you know, you probably get what you pay for. Right here's the camera in the center. There's probably a couple sensors, and let's pop that back end off. This is obviously where you're going to charge it. Here's a couple switches for their settings. I'm not going to really get into any of that. I just want to do the side-by-side and see if the $300 bad boy compares or holds up, or if the $50 holds up to the $300 hold up. It's really where I want to go. You'll notice that they're both 1080. They're both wireless, and so to me that's highly suspicious in itself. So now we're going to go ahead and unbox the Chinese product, or I shouldn't say Chinese, we'll just say absolute knockoff. And like right out of the gate, you know, it doesn't have the same look and feel, even though it's a very similar product, right? We've got the camera in the center, we've got the 3 buttons, no keyring on the back, but you know, whatever, we could do without that. I noticed this kind of pops off. Oh, you know what? That's nice and snug. It's on there. Same thing. We got a little SD card slot. We got a little plug-in, but there's no switches for their settings. Sadly, I had to take a little bit more of a break than I thought. I had to readjust the cameras. I decided to throw up another camera. What the hell? If you're in this deep, you know, you just can't quit. With that said, I charged both of the keychain cams. I got the knockoff or affordable brand here. I've got the Lawmate here. The next step was to go ahead and get their apps, right? So the Chinese app, even though it's misspelled and their start guide, it is very similar. It is the one in this picture. It's the Pro XCOM, whatever that app. In fact, let me just show it to you. Pro XCOM, boom, it's like a weird little eyeball thing. You go ahead and just add the camera. I found it actually easier to add the affordable brand because they had the QR code on the back, right? So let me show that to you guys. So they had a little QR code when you add the camera, boom, hover over, it just added the camera, and that was great. Lawmate didn't have that. So Lawmate has what's called the PV cam viewer. Let me go ahead and show that to all you guys here. PV cam viewer. It's got a couple more settings, but honestly, who gives a shit, right? It's like you're not going to be adjusting anything in the camera. You're just going to be looking at it. So we had to add, we went into device management, added the camera. Total pain in the ass, to be honest with you. It eventually, my Wi-Fi from the phone eventually picked it up, and then oddly enough, it's the same exact passcode, 88888. Lucky, it's very lucky, right? So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and just start the side by side. So I'm going to go ahead and put both cameras on the only thing I could find that's just within a few inches apart. I'm gonna tape them down, and I'm gonna go ahead and just pan my little garage studio for you. While I'm doing this, I want you to pay attention to both the cameras and how they pick up the light, kind of transition to nothing, and then pick up the light again. Then we're gonna go ahead and take them outside, and let's see how it goes from like inside to outside. I'm gonna shut all my lights off and then come from outside to inside, and let's watch those cameras and see how they perform in those light changes, because that's kind of gonna be about as real world as I can get for you while we're doing this whole COVID side by side. So with that said, give me a sec and we'll get started on the side by side. Bad boy's on. Look at, we got the little light. I don't know, in focus. How's that? You can see the little lights on. Go ahead and add in this bad boy. You can see it's the PV, RC, blah, 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 blah. And then from there, we're gonna go ahead and go to the app, right? Record settings, and in fact, here it is, boom. So I'm gonna take that. I'm not like truly concerned about the date and timestamp. What I do wanna do is about the best accurate side-by-side I can get. Let's see if it will allow us to do this. Now it's working. Not sure if you can see that. Let's see if that's gonna let me do both of them side by side. Camera's offline. Now we're on. So let's go ahead and record. So what I did was I took the cameras and did a little pan of the garage. I also shot the backyard, so you can see the green hedges, the playground structure, and that should give you an idea of the quality. You know, looking at the pieces on the structure, the colors. Luckily, we had a lot of natural light from the sun, and then I walked it out the driveway. I wanted to show you basically the distance on the street. You know, you can see how clear the curb is, and it continues clear, or at least as clear as it can get, all the way down the street. From there, I walked it into the garage, I cut the lights, and then I did a little low-key pan of all my triathlon crap. so you can kind of get a good sense at the quality of image that it's shooting and how these cameras adjust to light, no light, etc. So I'm going to wrap this up. Both these products, well, clearly one product is superior to the other. The Lawmate, hands down, is superior, not only in the look and feel of the camera, the device itself. It's also got a couple little switches and options for you where the knockoff doesn't. The knockoff is a little, I don't know, it would still pass the test. Let's say you're 10 feet, 20 feet away at the bar, like who in that 5 feet away from the bar, lights a little whatevs. Who the hell is going to notice the difference? You know, even my ADD ass wouldn't be able to pick that up. So with that said, I do recommend having both of these in your bag of tricks. I recommend using the Lawmate for maybe some undercover purchases or a little bit of bar video, what have you. And then this is going to be your drop camera. This is going to be for one of those days where you're getting great video and or the subject's doing something but just out of your view. You just can't quite get your camera there. This is the camera that you're going to use to turn on when you get out of the car. You're going to do a little walk by. You're going to drop it at the curb, set it on the little fence line, set it on another car's tire. You got to do whatever it is you could do to capture that video. Because let's face it, if no one gives a shit about what you observed in your report, they want video, and this is a way to do it. So I would not discount having this $60 tool to just throw it in your bag for that one rainy day that you're gonna need it. So that's my takeaway. Lawmate, clearly superior. The knockoff brand should still go in your bag of tricks. If you like this video, please leave a comment below. Also subscribe. I'm going to continue to do my best to bring more videos to you. I'm going to do a little how-to on both these products for you, the Lawmate and how to get the best results, and also the cheap knockoff camera. I'm going to show you exactly what I was talking about with leaving it and using it as a drop camera. So if you're a fan of the 90s like I am, do me a favor, smack it, flip it, rub it down, and y'all have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Thank you.